Broadcasting from Cincinnati, you're listening to the Ringside Reporter podcast. All the news from the world of boxing right here.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
Now, here's your host, Eric Lorda.
And we are live. Welcome to the Ringside Reporter show, where we talk about the latest boxing news. If it's related to boxing, we'll talk about it here. My name is Eric Lorta, and I'm here with my co-host, Joe Habib. We have a great show for you today, and as always, if you want to call in, you can call in right now at 323-870-3857, and we'll be here till about 8 o'clock tonight. And today, we're going to talk about the PBC. Just released their new schedule. We'll tell you all about it. They got some good fights on there, some not so good. It is what it is. Beeb, the most exciting news in decades. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. have signed to fight in September, Beeb. It's happening. We'll talk about that later, but first, we get started with Vergil Ortiz versus Samuel Vargas. Vergil Ortiz wins a 7th round TKO over Sammy Vargas. Ortiz looked really good, got off some good body work throughout the fight. After the fight, he called out Danny Garcia or Keith Thurman. Spoiler alert, neither one of those fights are going to happen. Right? Am I wrong here?
I think you're 100% right.
He's not fighting either one of those guys. So, listen, man, Vergil Ortiz looked good. He's developing, everything like that. But who's he going to fight next over there? I mean, really, like all the guys are on the other side of the street. The two guys that he wants to fight, that fight ain't happening. That fight ain't coming close to happening, son.
What about Crawford? Called out Crawford.
He gets cleaned up by Crawford.
Called out Crawford before too.
Yeah, I don't think that fight happens either.
So promoters,
I tell you, you know what? I mean, do you think? Let me ask you right now. Okay, so in our current climate, do you think that promoters are going to be more willing to work with each other and make bigger fights, or are they more apt to keep it in-house?
Well, it depends. The PBC people, outside of Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, they've pretty much been keeping it in-house anyways.
Yeah.
And they've been fine doing that. There's still a lot of big fights that they can make. So
much talent over there.
It doesn't even make sense. There's so many fights they could make over there. So they don't. Let me answer it this way. No one's going to cross the street unless they have to.
Yeah.
Which is the way it always was, in my opinion.
Way it is. That's why when you're a fighter and you sign with somebody, I mean, if you're an established fighter like Crawford when he signed back with Bob Arum, I mean, listen, man, I mean, he's getting a lot of bread per fight. But if you're talking about fighting, the guys on the other side of the street, you better think again. Yeah. So not much you can do there. So, I mean, decent fight. This is what we expected, though, from Vergil Ortiz. I mean, it wasn't we expected this. At least I expected it to be a squash match. It was. So this was on DAZN. DAZN's boxing back for the first time here in a little bit. Which brings us to our train wreck of the week. Aside from the whole card on DAZN, Ciencia Estrada versus Miranda Adkins. I don't know. This was insane. Beeb, you saw this, I'm sure. Estrada knocks out Adkins in 7 seconds. I have no idea where they found Miranda Adkins, but she clearly had no business in the ring. She looked scared to death in there.
She was frozen.
Yeah, and Adkins, JC just said in the chat, she was like 40. She's in her 40s. I don't know if she's 45 or what, but she's in her 40s.
42.
She had no business in there.
She was 42 years old.
I mean, when that bell rang, before that bell rang, you looked at her, she looked scared to death. She came out, she didn't even look like she knew how to put her hands up. That girl just tagged her, and that fight was over. I don't know who booked this crap. I mean, well, obviously it was De La Hoya and Golden Boy. That was awful. That was awful.
Well, what about the California State Athletic Commission for allowing it to take place?
Well, look, what was her record? Because I thought about that too. I think what was it? Atkins is like 7 fights in, And I think the other girl had like 6 or 7 fights, but she had lost some. I mean, so it didn't, on paper, it didn't look like that much of a mismatch. What's funny? And Jem J in the chat just said that's not the worst we've seen. Unfortunately, you're right. I mean, it wasn't the worst that we've seen, but I hate to see it. Yeah, I mean, it was awful. It was just awful. Beeb, you're right. I mean, JC in the chat's right, or Jem J in the chat's right. That wasn't the worst. That wasn't the worst we've seen. It was awful. Just awful, man. And you would think, so California said, hey, this is a go. But, I mean, really, like, why would you book this? I mean, this does nothing for your fighter. Nothing. It doesn't challenge her at all. I mean, it does absolutely zero for your fighter. Just stupid.
It was just disgraceful, to be perfectly honest.
It really was.
She had 5 fights.
5 fights. Okay, and the other one had what, 7?
The girl that she replaced?
Yeah.
I don't.
I thought it was like 7 or 9 fights, something along those lines.
And she's fighting someone that's 17-0. That's a world champion.
She was 17-0. Cienza was.
Yeah. Much, and she's 28 years old.
Christ.
28 years old, fighting a 42-year-old. It was.
Come on.
The other girl was better than her.
Yeah, man. There's no way that should even been sanctioned.
Shouldn't have been. They should have never. The athletic commission should have never allowed that fight to take place. Never.
No.
She shouldn't have been allowed.
Well, they're allowing the Tyson Jones Jr. fight to take place in there in California too. So there you go.
It's a great fight.
Back in like 93, All right, ESPN. We had Joe Joyce versus Michael Wallish. Not much to say here. I never have much to say about Joyce, and that's good for me. Joe Joyce wins via KO over Michael Wallish in the 3rd round. It was a typical squash match for Joyce, who's usually put in there with overmatched guys. Now Joe Joyce will most likely face Daniel Dubois in his next fight after they've been talking about this for seemingly years. And that will be the last time we ever have to hear from Joe Joyce.
Yeah,
Beeb.
I think he's going to get hurt.
I don't like Joe Joyce. I mean, I think he's 35 years old. I think they're just putting and it's not that I dislike him. I dislike the hype that they put around this guy who clearly is going to be overmatched. You take a look and you watch how he's going to be overmatched. He just will be. Anytime he steps up in caliber, he is going to be overmatched.
I think Dubois beats him.
I think Dubois murders him. I don't even think it's close.
I think he beats him handily.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think it's close. Also on ESPN, Oscar Valdez versus Jayson Velez. Valdez wins in a 10th round KO over Jayson Velez. Valdez dropped Velez. I tell you what, easy for me to say here. In round 5 and twice in round 10. After the fight, Valdez called out Miguel Berchelt. Can we just have this fight already? Both guys obviously want to fight the other guy. Why can't we just have this fight already, man?
It's going to be a good fight on paper. But Valdez, he can't fight like that. There's no way he can lay back like that.
No.
I was surprised that he was like laying back like that. It seemed like he was trying to fight uncharacteristically, not his style. It just looked like he was trying to do something entirely different than he's used to doing. And it's one thing when you have a new trainer, but a new trainer should never try to totally revamp your style from top to bottom. He maybe should tweak things, add little nuances to your style, but to totally recreate somebody who's already a good fighter,
not good.
I don't see the need for it, in my opinion. But
I tell you what, I mean, a lot of people say that Miguel Berchelt fight, that's going to be a lot closer than I think that fight's going to be a blowout after watching this one.
No, a lot of people have said before this fight and are saying it now that they think Valdez is going to get destroyed by Berchelt. And
yeah,
I don't know.
I think he's going to get murked, man.
I think it's an interesting fight. I mean, it's obviously you got to You got to favor Burchelt, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be a walkover like everyone says it is.
I think you got to consider styles too. He might have that style that gives Burchelt trouble.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because Valdez is a tough son of a bitch, man. He's a dog in there.
Yeah. Boxing Freak 91 says he's got some dog in him. He sure does. But I still think, you're going to need a lot more than that against Burchelt.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's got to be logically, that's got to be the next fight for him, no?
Hopefully.
I feel like we've been talking about this fight forever.
Yeah. I don't see where else he can go, Now, will the money be a problem? Will these guys have an issue with the money if they can't fight in front of a live gate? And we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully that's not an obstacle. I don't see that as being an obstacle, but who knows? Anything is possible.
Well, what's crazy is that so this weekend in the UFC, Darren Till and Robert Whitaker fought.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I heard.
Huge. It was a great fight, but it was a huge fight. Those are two big name guys that would have headlined any other card too, and this was on ESPN or whatever. I mean, these are two, that's a headline fight. That's a big time fight.
That's a good fight.
And, boxing, we're not getting that. I mean, we're about to get it with that PBC. There's some good fights in there, but everybody talks about how the UFC, underpays their guys, blah, blah, blah. Listen, say what you want, but they're keeping that thing running. And they're keeping it running on a high level. That Tuesday and Thursday stuff that's over now with Top Rank, I'm not going to miss that at all. Because those fights were the drizzling, what.
Well, here's the thing. Now that PBC just put that schedule out, DAZN's got some couple good fights coming down the pike. This is going to have to light a fire under Top Rank. Top Rank's going to have to look at the competition, and if they can't keep up, then they're gonna fall by the wayside here. But they have that Lomachenko fight coming up.
To me, that's the fight of the year right now.
Yeah, with Teofimo.
To me, that's the fight of the year.
Fury Wilder 3 supposed to happen in December, so they got those two huge fights. Then that Wilder Fury 3 fight's gonna probably be the biggest fight of the year.
Yeah, it probably will. In my eyes, the Lomachenko, no, you know what?
Tyson Roy Jones.
I think Tyson Roy Jones might be the biggest fight of the year.
It could be, right? Isn't that crazy?
Oh my God. Well, I tell you what, let's go to let's see what we got coming up on the schedule here, because that was the end of the fights this week, and thankfully. So August 1st, and this is another horrible card. Nothing really big this weekend. Sam Eggington versus Ted Cheeseman on DAZN, August 1st. 12 rounds, junior middleweights. That's not going to open it up. However, the good news on Showtime. Finally, Showtime gets back in the action from Connecticut. August 1st, Stephen Fulton Jr. versus Angelo Leo, 12 rounds for the vacant WBO junior featherweight title. And our guy, Beeb, Tremaine Williams versus Rais the Beast Aleem, friend of the show, 12 rounds for the junior featherweight title eliminator. I cannot wait to see that fight. Can't wait to see it, man. From Thailand on August 1st. And this is Matchroom Boxing on YouTube channel. So this will be on YouTube. It's an interesting fight. I think that it's Srisketswar Rungvisai versus I'm Not Ruin Wrong. 10 rounds, junior featherweights. Listen, man. Huh?
I'm not doing wrong.
I'm not doing wrong.
What's going on over here? I'm not doing wrong.
I'm doing nothing wrong.
Oh, God, that's crazy.
So 10 rounds, junior featherweights. Listen, man, I love Rungvisai, and every time he fights, I really think it's like must-see TV. I got to watch him fight. He's that guy. Ruin Wrong used to be good back. He's kind of fading a little bit, kind of hitting that uphill. You know what I mean? So
he's still tough though.
Yeah, he's still tough, but yeah, I think Rungvisai. This is a good fight for Rungvisai. Rungvisai should get him, but. I tell you what, you never know. Was Rungvisai? You remember Rungvisai? Was he the one that had the girl issues? You remember that when his girl left him and he just hit the skids?
I'm in no condition to fight. I had a bad breakup with my girlfriend.
He did. That was the guy, wasn't it? His girl broke up with him, and he just hit the skids, man. It was like he couldn't fight. He was all depressed and everything. He canceled his fight.
I've never heard of that before.
That was messed up, man.
This reminds me when Robbie was so depressed when they canceled the Andy Griffith show.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
That was a great one. That was a classic.
So somebody in the chat says, bring Robbie back on to preview the Tyson Jones fight.
You got a text message yet?
I'm checking. No, I sure didn't.
You need to stop talking trash about me.
All right, so let's talk about this, man. News and rumors this week, man. This is real interesting, man. We got to lead the story off with this. So, TBE, okay, hold on. Before we go there, Notorious VC said TBE unretired. Big story that Ringside Reporter Live is not mentioned. Yeah, he unretired. Who's he fighting? Who are you talking about? That Japanese dude? That Japanese kickboxer or whatever? That's like 100 pounds? That's what you're talking about? That's what you want me to sit here and talk about? Are you for real? Come on, son. First of all, there's nothing even been. Do you know what he's talking about, Beeb?
The guy there, the Wang Wing, whatever the hell the guy's name is, the guy, the junior flyweight guy that was like 50.
Best ever, Wanheng Menayothin?
Yeah, Menayothin.
He's talking about Wanheng Menayothin.
That's what he's saying. He's unretired.
Oh, we're not talking about Wanheng.
We already said.
We already talked about it.
We already talked about that 3 weeks ago. That was a.
I thought he was talking about Mayweather. I'm like, no.
No, we already talked about how that was a fake news that he retired.
Yeah, he retired, and then claimed he claimed his account got hacked or something. He was like, I'm not retired.
He never actually retired.
He should have retired. I'll tell you right now, he should have retired.
He never actually retired.
Son, he's a legend, man. Beeb, the guy's a legend.
Yeah, he's talking about that.
The minimum weight goat. All right, so let's talk about this, man. This is funny. Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. set for September 12th. These two signed on the dotted line. All right, in a move that absolutely no one saw coming, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. will face each other on September 12th. The fight will be an 8-round exhibition with no judges. The fight will take place with no fans on pay-per-view in Carson, California. Beeb,
so the
no judges.
The fight's not even being scored. It's just
no judges.
So what is the purpose of this fight? I mean,
it's an exhibition. It's a sparring session.
Sparring session. You think these guys are going to go full blast here, or you think they're just going to play around? How do you think
they're going to play around? Yeah, in fact, let me read you this. Okay, this is from, and then remind me to talk about Canelo after this. But so the California State Athletic Commission Executive Director Andy Foster gave an interview to Boxing Scene this week, and he said, "quote I wanted to have their assurances that they understand." Talking about Tyson and Roy Jones. "I don't care if they spar. I don't care if they work. They are world-class athletes, even still. They have a right to earn all these types of things. They're about the same age. We can't mislead the public that this is some kind of real fight. They can get into it a little bit, but I don't want anybody getting hurt. They know the deal. It's an exhibition. They can exhibit boxing skills, but I don't want them using their best efforts to hurt each other. They're going to spar hard, but they shouldn't be going for a knockout. This isn't a record book type of fight. This is not a world championship boxing right now. It's not what this is. People should not be getting knocked out. The public can see what kind of shape Roy and Mike are still in."
Did you say there's no referee?
No, there will be a referee.
A referee. Okay, so
there will be a referee.
So let me ask you this: if they start going hard at each other, trying to knock each other out, what happens? They stop.
He said that. Okay, so he said at the end of the day, just know before you pay for it. It's it's an exhibition. Also, Foster also stated if a fighter gets cut, the fight's over. What? If it heats up, the ref will calm it back down. They don't want anybody getting hurt. So if they start fighting and he starts hitting with shots, the ref will say, "Hey, it's just an exhibition. Settle it down."
The way
That's right.
the way Roy's talking about it, the way Mike's talking about it, they're going to fight for real.
Well, sure. They're hyping the fight up. It's on pay-per-view. They got to hype the fight up.
Well,
yeah.
It's being hyped down by this other guy.
Right. So. Right. The California State Athletic Commission knows the deal. And that's what he said. He said he doesn't want you thinking that you're going to get a real fight when you see this. We can't trick the public.
Okay, but did they do some research on Mike Tyson's history and his past?
I would imagine they did. But yeah.
Mike Tyson gets hit. You think he's just going to sit back and pose for animal crackers? I mean, what do you think?
Yeah. No, I mean, he's not. I mean, it's a sparring session, and they're gonna hit back and everything like that. But it's gonna be like you watching the gym or something like that. It's not gonna be.
Well, we'll see if it turns out to be that. They don't have headgear on or nothing. They're fighting with regular size. Like, what size gloves they fighting with?
I think 12 ounce.
12, okay.
I want to say 12 ounce, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But it wasn't 16, I don't believe.
Not 16.
And it wasn't 20 ounce gloves either.
Beeb is definitely buying it. Beeb is definitely buying it. If I bought Roy Jones versus Bobby Gunn, you know I'm buying this.
And I tell you what, the only reason I didn't buy Roy Jones Bobby Gunn is because I didn't have it on my pay-per-view access. So
DirecTV didn't carry it.
No, they didn't carry it. Oh man.
Well, I'm gonna buy it just to see.
Said just cause.
No, I want to buy it just to see if they actually do, fight with restraint against each other. I want to see if something pops off.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Jake Paul, I think Jake Paul or Logan Paul, one of the Pauls or whatever, I think is on the undercard. I wonder how much this is going to be. I think that's my thing. Like, that's kind of like, what, 100%. It's going to be like $80, to watch a sparring session.
I bet you it's like 60.
That's still a lot of money. That's still a lot to watch a spar. Would you pay $60 to watch anybody spar?
Yeah, I'd pay $60 to watch you spar.
Oh, you're going to need a lot more money than that, son.
I would pay $100 to see Robbie fight somebody.
You pay $100 to see? I'd pay $100 to see Robbie fight somebody.
I want to see Robbie throw down, man.
I heard Robbie can throw down. That's what I heard. That's what I heard from the gyms and stuff up there in Cali. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. That's what I heard.
I want to start training Robbie.
I think Robbie's like past your skill set, son.
Let's go, Robbie. Give me that jab.
Robbie's quick, man. Featherweight, son. Bang.
So they're saying this pay-per-view is going to be on an app now? It's not on a...
Oh, for real?
I don't know. That's what Notorious BC said.
Oh, no. I'll buy it if Stephen A. Smith is on the undercard. How crazy is this, man? I mean, for real. Like, how crazy is this?
They're already hyping it up over at ESPN. Tyson was on First Take talking to Max Kellerman.
I mean, they're going to hype the fight up, no question about it. They're going to hype it up, but there ain't no way. There ain't no way
so
they're going to let these guys go at it. Nobody's getting knocked out. Nobody's,
It's 8 rounds, too. 8 rounds.
Yeah.
8 3-minute rounds.
8 rounds, man. Yeah, I mean, nobody gets knocked out in these things. It's going to be like a friendly sparring session.
But Ron Hopkins was talking about how he wants to fight now. Wants to fight Roy Jones again or something.
Might as well.
But then they were like, Roy Jones was like, if I fight Bernard Hopkins, it ain't going to be an exhibition. It's got to be a real fight. Come on, Roy. Please.
Roy's silly. Jim J said it's the Thriller app. I heard it was the Triller or Thriller or one of those. It's because I guess it's an app. He said it's like TikTok. In the chat, they said like TikTok. Yeah, Jim J says he heard the app offered like 50 million. That's what I heard. I heard they offered 50 million for it. So, wow.
How much? So how much is each guy getting?
I don't know. I didn't even see that yet. I would imagine. I don't know.
I bet you they get like 10 million a piece.
Why not? Yeah.
Good payday, right?
Cover that. But 50 million, they bought that company bought the fight Triller. Jim J is saying Triller.
Triller out.
That's what I heard, but I don't even know what that is. I wonder if Elena knows what that is. I don't know. Maybe. I'd call her, but I got my phone. I got her phone. I'm using it for the show. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine, Beeb? I mean, this is insane, right?
Bananas.
This is insane. Come on, man.
This is bananas, bro.
You know, I was like, when I first heard this, I was like, they're going to throw down for real? I was like, no. Because I'm kind of interested, I'd be kind of interested, but not on an exhibition, man. This is a soft, especially when I heard when that guy Andy Foster talking about like, it's the same, if the referee said that he'll calm it down and everything like that. Because I heard the two talk. I heard some trash talk, like they're actually going to fight and everything. And I hear people. I mean, I was reading comments on the internet and stuff like that. They're like, do you really think that these guys are going to, just take it easy? Yeah, I do. Because again, they're 50 something. What is Tyson? 53. Jones is 51 or something crazy.
Tyson's 54.
And Jones is 51 or 52, something in there.
Jones is 51.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, man. I mean, I wanted to see that fight when Jones won the title, when he beat John Ruiz. I wanted to see that fight then. I don't want to see it now. I mean, Jones is just listen, he's faster than I am, but he's not what he was,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's going to be interesting. I'm just dying to see if someone just hauls off, because they
just loses it.
They already asked Roy Jones, "What are you gonna like?" Tyson has a history of doing crazy stuff.
Yeah,
what's going to happen if that happens in the fight with you? And he goes, "I'll just do it right back to him. I'm ready for it." That's what he said.
I remember reading that. Georgie, you're live.
Hey, Georgie.
Hey, yo! What's happening, people?
What's happening?
Good evening, Georgie.
Hey, yo, what you guys hating in the knockout the fucking year, bro?
Oh, come on. That was such trash. Son, that was such trash.
You got to get something against women?
I don't have anything against women.
That's what's going on here.
Trash fights. Trash fights, son.
What?
That was a trash fight.
Well, the knockout in the year, you hating on women now? You feel like that about Jews and blacks too?
Jeez.
Yo, poor girl, man. Poor girl.
Boy, that went from like 0 to 60, didn't it?
Man.
What did that come from?
Oh, Lord. She didn't even know what happened. You see that shit? You seen that sacrificial lamb?
She came out of the corner, and she just like froze. I've never.
She didn't came out of the corner. Go ahead.
Well, she was like reluctantly came out of the corner, and she just froze. I've never seen anything in my life like that in a professional fight ever. I was like, wow, what's going on?
And the caught in the light. A fucking sacrificial lamb, bro.
And
exactly they let that lion loose there. Oh my God, that shit was insane. Hopefully it don't happen. Yo, anybody can get hurt, especially a woman, bro. Because, I don't know, from all the girls, I think she's Mexican, right? She's from California, right?
I would imagine, yeah.
Estrada, right?
Emma Cienza Estrada, I imagine she's Mexican.
Yeah, she's Mexican heritage, yeah.
I don't know, man. Could be anything. Could be Puerto Rico. What the fuck I know. But what I do know, she's nice, babe. Even though the opposition was garbage, this girl is nice, man. Hopefully she fight, because there's not that much competition, right? What, she 110?
112, I believe.
What's she fighting on?
112.
What her weight division?
112. She's a flyweight. 112.
I don't know, man, but I don't think there is nobody out there that she can display her skills, bro. I think she looked like a little Crawford. Don't you see some like?
She looked like a little
this
Crawford.
lines,
Come on,
like
son.
Crawford's nice.
Come on, son. A little Crawford. What are you?
Why is he
Are you crazy, son?
Why is he so impressed with this fight?
I don't know.
Have you been that
Not
bored?
with this fight. You can hold on, time out. I'll be talking about her for a minute. It's nothing new. Don't remember one day you guys told me that I was in love and shit?
What's this one you've been talking about?
I'm not jumping on this wagon, baby. I be up in this bitch. I be driving this shit. What are you talking about?
Actually, she fights at 108
I'm
pounds.
jumping on this shit.
She's a light fly. She fights at 108 pounds.
Listen, she's nice, bro. Hopefully there is somebody there, some nice competition. She can display her skills. I'm a big fan. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yeah, she's overrated.
Fuck everything else.
But actually,
anyway, listen, I'm gonna have to take that bet. Let's make this official because there is no other fights out there.
What bet?
Maybe the Charlos. I'll give you a rematch on the Charlos, but I might have to. Fuck, man. I'm gonna have to pick fucking Lomachenko, bro. No other way to get a shot on the fucking
already
bill.
told you he's taking long.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm taking.
I'm gonna have to, baby.
I'm
There's
taking-
no other
He's
way.
taking
Why would we-
Teofimo.
We're gonna let you be reigning and
I'm the
defending all
one.
year.
I'm the one that's
You're gonna be reigning and defending all year.
I'm the one that's taking.
On some coronavirus reigning and defending shit? Hell no. I'm picking Lomachenko. I don't give a fuck.
I'm taking Teofimo. Eric's taking Lomachenko.
I just want everybody to know that Beeb once again have forced me to take fucking Lomachenko and not take the pick that I wanted to pick that was Theo. I just want to make that clear in the book. I've been forced to.
It's been duly noted.
Just for my shot glory.
It's been duly noted for a fight that's not taking place yet.
Eric,
Yes.
how long have I said that I'm taking Teofimo?
From jump, from when the fight
Right-
first
right
got it,
when the
before
fight was
the fight was
announced.
even announced, we knew it was coming up, and that's been your pick all along.
Commissioner, mafia. When they hear that shit, listen. Now the Charlo's gonna throw down again, right?
Yeah.
All right. Last time that the Charlo fought in the same car, last time the Charlo fought in the same car, that shit was Sport City.
I was thinking the same thing. It's a mistake.
Because one got fucking, huh?
I was thinking the same thing. Like,
What you saying?
I was thinking the same thing. Last time they fought in the same car, they one of them lost and the other one had a bad performance because he was.
They got both.
Yeah.
Nah, the other one lost too, but the fucking Russian dude got rocked.
Yeah.
I think these niggas are about to lose again. I
Derevchenko's
think
good.
they're about to catch a fucking hell.
They're both in
I
tough.
want to
man.
go on a pie bet because I'm picking against both of them this time around.
Picking against both of them.
Double pick.
Wow.
I'm going against both Charlos. Both of them. Double fucking bet.
You got a parlay going on right now against the Charlo brothers.
Parlays are always sucker bets, son. Always sucker bets, right, Beeb?
Yeah, they're tough, man.
Yeah.
I don't like
hit with parlays.
I don't-
Sucker bets, son.
The Charlos gonna go down swinging. I'm not saying gonna be easy, but for what I seen, I don't think they got the patience. These people that want to do like a statement in.
So
In boxing, you got to have a patience. So they're gonna come out swinging for the fences. The first thing you know, the 12 round gonna pass by, and they not that nice.
I think Rosario definitely has a shot to beat Jamel, but the problem with Derevchenko is he's not the house fighter. So if he doesn't knock out Jamal, he's not getting a decision.
No, I don't think. Well,
No,
I don't know.
but
I don't know.
Which one? Jamel fighting? Yeah, Jamel fighting Banana.
Yeah, he's fighting Rosario.
Yeah, it's like a unification fight.
That's a unification fight. Yeah, the Jamel fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when Charlo see how big this dude really is, I think he's gonna be surprised. He think that he's gonna hurt Banana, but Banana's big there, baby. His size, that motherfucker's gonna show up. Bet you. Hopefully he don't get robbed. Probably he's gonna get fucking robbed. Who knows? Anyways, so future and boxing looking bright. Few fights out there in the horizon, worth watching. Not gonna complain. Some people say that De La Manchenko and Tio is not pay-per-view. Baby, come on, bro. That's pay-per-view.
What's pay-per-view?
That's pay-per-view all day. We've seen worse shit out there.
What's pay-per-view?
De La Manchenko, Teofimo.
Yeah, that's pay-per-view.
Teofimo La Manchenko.
Yeah, that's pay-per-view.
Yeah, people.
I don't think the Charlo fight should be
that's
pay-per-view. I don't think that Charlo fight should be pay-per-view. That's a Showtime fight.
It's unification.
I don't care what it is.
I know, but he depends on the undercard too. They got it back the undercard. So I put some money, bro.
Son, I don't care what they got on there. It shouldn't be pay-per-view.
That's going to be their first pay-per-view.
Yeah.
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 And Charlo, even if you don't like the Charlo and the shenanigans and the attitude of these White of the Third, these motherfuckers coming to fight.
Sure.
I got to give them that.
Yeah, they're good fighters. They're
taking
tough fights.
That got to appeal to the pay-per-view.
They're both taking tough fights, so you got to.
So it's gonna be something. That card there, I think that's pay-per-view too. I don't see a problem with that being a pay-per-view.
Wow, I'm surprised. You hate pay-per-view.
Yeah. Rikers is changing.
Because I mean, what else do you want to pay for? What else do you want to pay for?
So, are you going to be able to watch?
Lomachenko gonna be forced. Lomachenko gonna be forced to fight Tio. Tio's gonna make that shit a scrap. There's gonna be fire in there. So that pay-per-view, I know is gonna be, he's gonna be decent. It's gonna be good.
Are they going to be
same shit with Banana? These people coming there to fucking knock heads.
Are they going to be broadcasting these fights in the Rec Room at Rikers?
I don't know, but yeah. Talking about these pay-per-views, the other one that people complaining about is
glossed over it.
Oh my God, I just thought about this. Another that Leo Tang. They're talking about Leo Tang, that pay-per-view.
That's a pay-per-view. That's a pay-per-view fight.
What, Leo Tang?
Yeah.
All right.
That's a pay-per-view fight.
A lot of people don't like that as a pay-per-view, but it makes sense because Tang, when the whip his ass, Mexicans don't give a fuck. They're going to back up Leo any fucking way. And Tank can bring ass to the fucking seat.
But there's nothing to bring to the seats because there won't be an audience.
Maybe in Vegas, I don't know. I know, but people are going to buy it. If you cannot, don't translate. Those seats on the ass are pay-per-view. You're going to tell me people who not go there are not going to watch it at home?
I don't know.
What are we talking about? I don't know, baby. You fucked up right there. I don't know. You didn't make no sense for a second. Look me somewhere else. Anyway,
yeah, what's that like?
Those motherfuckers who go there, they definitely gonna buy the pay-per-view. That's a fucking given.
Shout out to Aaron Daly. Thank you so much. He said, Jason, dial in. Shout out to Georgie and Notorious VC. Also, too, shout out to Notorious VC. He said, boxing is weird. He said, we get a pandemic with mass unemployment and promoters think we need more pay-per-views. I couldn't agree with that more.
Well, we're getting stimulus checks. We can use the stimulus money to buy.
There it is. Holla. Get more stimulus, baby.
That's the argument.
George, you get another stimulus check.
That's the argument. The pricing.
Georgia doesn't get one in prison.
George, you get the stimulus check at Rikers?
I'm saving it for the pay-per-view, baby. Don't worry about it. Listen.
That's a hard no.
The thing is the pricing. We gotta get, I mean, I say we, but these motherfucking mafias gotta get an accordance on what they're gonna price this thing. Everybody gotta take a pay cut. Cause like they saying on the chat, right? Okay. Unemployment is skyrocketed, the fucking virus, fucking whatever, the senator from Ohio robbing motherfuckers blind and everyone give a fuck, just seeing the fucking night walkers reruns of the fucking Game of Trump, whatever. Motherfuckers taking an L everywhere. So therefore, these overpaid boxers got to take a fucking L with us. Ain't all these motherfuckers talking about where's my money. to be blacklisted. From the gate, from the go. You're talking about the same money you're talking before coronavirus, you out of the conversation. We don't want to even talk about you. If you're not with us, you're against us. So take a pay cut. I gotta go. Everybody there to support. Shout out to the USA. Shout out to the motherfucking UK. We calling them out.
Oh, God.
Nacho's Mexican, and he said he ain't paying for that pay-per-view. trying to make a statement like all Mexicans are gonna buy the pay-per-view because the Mexican fighters fighting. That's not the case. That's not the case.
All right, so let's talk about this for a minute, man. Okay, so on September 12th, Roy Jones and Mike Tyson are already set to fight. Canelo was supposed to fight on September 12th.
He ain't fighting.
That fight's got to get bumped now, right?
Fighting.
I mean, and they said, Eddie Hearn said, of course, Callum Smith is the front runner. I mean, what do you expect him to say? But Steve Kim wrote in the on ESPN, he was right. He said that basically that DAZN wants Canelo to take a pay cut for that next fight. Canelo says, he said he's not sure he's going to.
We'll see.
Listen, man, when you sign a $300 million contract and they're supposed to pay you right around $30 million a fight, hey, you signed the contract. You gave him the contract to sign. He signed it. He's honoring his deal. He's fighting. Hardship, no hardship. Listen, this is what you agreed to pay the guy. So what? He takes a pay cut here, and then he decides to fight, some schlep or something like that. You got to pay him then. Listen, you guys now, you signed it. Now you have to own up to your agreement. You know what I mean?
This is crazy, man.
Like it or not, that's what you got to do. You got to own up to your agreement now. That's what it is, man.
Now they got to deal with the repercussions of their actions.
Consequences and repercussions, Beeb.
That's it. We all got them.
Consequences and repercussions. There it is. All right. The PBC fight schedule has been released. We'll run it down for you, man. Okay, so we already went down August 1st. Stephen Fulton versus Angela Leo. 2 undefeated guys. Rais Salim on that undercard versus Tremaine Williams. That should be pretty good. So hopefully that's a pretty good card right there. That's all right. August 15th, David Benavidez versus Romer Alexis Angulo. I'm not real crazy about it, Beeb.
That one doesn't light the world on fire, that one.
But the co-main, okay, Otto Wallin, versus Travis Kaufman. That doesn't get you excited, Beeb?
That's not a bad one. That's actually a competitive fight on paper. Sorry.
Stop it. It's
a good match. It's an evenly matched fight.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Come on, don't be so negative.
Stop it. Just don't.
Being negative.
September 19th. This is a good one. Erickson Lubin versus Terrell Gachet. I like that one a lot. That one's a good one. Co-main, Tugstot and Yambar versus Eduardo Ramirez. Not bad.
Not bad. We'll take it.
All right. September 26th. This is the pay-per-view we've all been talking about here. So Jamal Charlo, the middleweight, versus Sergey Derevyanchenko for the WBC Middleweight World Championship. Brandon Figueroa is on that card versus Damian Vasquez. Diego Magdaleno versus Isaac Cruz. Another one I'm just, Jermell Charlo is also fighting on that whole pay-per-view card versus Jason Rosario for the unification, 154 unification bout. Co-feature Mario Barrios versus Ryan Carl. Not bad. I don't hate it. Danny Roman versus the dreaded TBA. Beeb, is this a pay-per-view card? I don't think it's a pay-per-view card.
It's not a stacked pay-per-view card, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I like the fights.
I like the Charlo
pay-per-view, man.
I like the Charlo fights.
Yeah.
A lot. So,
but to me,
we're not used to seeing the Charlos on pay-per-view. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's just not a pay-per-view thing, man. And you know what? Fox isn't going to be hyping this. Because it's a Showtime thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it was on Fox, maybe it'd get some run, but it's not. So, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
October 10th, Sergey Lipinets versus Kudratilio Adupakarov. I don't know, but whatever. Yeah, not real crazy about this one. IBF welterweight interim title. Yeah, okay. Xavier Martinez versus Claudio Marrero. It's a throwaway. I don't know. I don't know. It's not. I mean, I'm not crazy about the fight. Maybe it's going to be a great fight. Who knows? October 24th, Showtime, pay-per-view. Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. No undercard been announced yet. To me, this is a pay-per-view. To me, I like this as a pay-per-view fight. Would I like it better if it wasn't pay-per-view? Yeah, but this is if you're going to put two names on there, this is all right. I don't mind it. And this is for 130 pounds. Do you think Tank makes weight for this fight? I don't think Tank makes weight.
I don't think it's etched in stone that he does. I don't think it's a definite that he does. No.
And if it's at 130, I favor Leo Santa Cruz. I like Leo Santa Cruz in this fight, but I don't think Tank makes weight in this fight. I got to be honest.
Well, everybody's looking at this fight like it's going to be a blowout. It's a ridiculous fight. Like a lot of people are really sour on this fight.
I don't know why.
And I think Santa Cruz has proven that he's a tough out for anybody. So
yeah.
So let's not write him off all the way just yet.
Yeah, I mean that's a good fight, man.
Of course, we got to favor Tank. Don't make no mistake about it. But Santa Cruz can fight, man. He's going to make Tank work for every round that he had. You know.
If Davis comes in at 130, I favor Santa Cruz in that fight.
Yeah.
I like Santa Cruz in a fight. I think he's busy. I think he can box. I think he showed with the Frampton fight he can really box.
Yeah.
And if he starts frustrating Davis is going to look for one right hand. That's it. One big shot. That's all he's going to do.
I don't think Tank makes 130. You know what I think happens? They end up paying Santa Cruz extra money to fight him at a higher weight. Now, if you're Santa Cruz, do you fight him at above 130?
Depends on how much I'm getting paid.
You know,
depends on how much he's getting paid.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, honestly, that's the long and short of it, man. If they're willing to pay him, I mean, if he's just worried about, wins and losses, then no. But if they're going to offer him some extra cash, depending on how much extra cash, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
He ain't coming in at 130, son. He's got no intention of coming in at 130.
I don't think so.
November 28th, Chris Colbert versus Jamie Arboleda. Another one, just so on. But this one, December 12th, this is a good one. This is a real good one. Nordine Ubali versus Nonito Donaire for the WBC Bantamweight World Title. That's a good fight. And that's one I'll be waiting for. But again, it's in December. But that's one I can't wait for. That's a good fight. That is a solid fight. I love that fight. Out of those fights, Beeb, I don't know. It's good. I mean, it's is it where we were? Maybe not. I don't know. Hopefully Fox has some fights coming up.
It's getting us closer.
It's getting us closer to where we want to be, where we need to be. But those two pay-per-view fights, I think you got one pay-per-view fight in there. I think the Davis and Santa Cruz fight is a pay-per-view. I don't like that Charlo card as a pay-per-view at all. Now, listen, I like him and Derevchenko. I like that fight, and I like the Rosario fight. But again, man, they're not pay-per-view caliber fights. Just not. Wasn't Derevchenko, his last one was against Triple G, wasn't it? Was it against Triple G? Yeah, it was against Triple G, where I thought he won.
Thought he won that fight.
But look, man, you got Derevchenko, who did he fight and we thought we thought he beat? It was Triple G, and then did he fight Jacobs? And a lot of people thought he won.
Thought he beat Jacobs, bro.
So we're betting on a guy, we're kind of putting the chips in the middle for a guy who's lost twice. Whether you think he did or not, he's lost twice. And it's going to be hard for him to win a decision here with the house fighter.
Yeah, that's the thing, because he's gonna be at the short end of the stick when it comes to the promotional. I mean,
let's face it. I mean,
promotional situation.
Yeah, I mean, listen here. Let's look at this card real quick again. Jason Rosario and Sergey Derevchenko, they're not exactly household names.
They're hell of a fighters.
They are. They're great fighters.
Two hell of fighters.
But they're not exactly household names.
Yeah.
Tank Davis, a lot of stars show up in his fight. Everybody knows Leo Santa Cruz. Those are big names. Those are bigger names.
The casual fan's not going to really know too much about Derevyanchenko or Rosario.
That, in order to stage a pay-per-view, Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko, that's a pay-per-view caliber fight. That's a pay-per-view fight. The Charlo is not a pay-per-view caliber fight. It's just not.
No, it's going to be tough. It's a tough sell.
It really is. It really is.
Tough sell for casual fans.
And again, man, I'm not saying they're not good fights. They are good fights. But I mean, are you going to get casual fans to buy into this? Again, if this was on Fox pay-per-view, we might have a different animal here because Fox is going to get that promotion machine and run with it and everything. Showtime, not so much, man. They're not Fox. You're not going to see these guys on Sunday Football, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. You're not going to see it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Nacho says that he says he could see Santa Cruz saying 300,000 per pound over. Yeah, he could. I mean, whether he gets it or not, I don't know. But
we'll see.
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, if I were him. So some sad news in boxing this week, man. The real sad news, man. Nassim Richardson passed away this week. He was known for training world champions Bernard Hopkins, Sugar Shane Mosley, and Steve Cunningham, and a lot of others. Richardson was also the one in his one of the biggest moments I remember, man, because Margarito was killing everybody. He's the one that caught Antonio Margarito being taped with plaster on his hands before his fight with Mosley. And as you remember, that Mosley went out there and just demolished that guy in brutal fashion too. But what were your thoughts here, man? I heard he'd been sick for a while. And they're
not telling us when he passed away, but
they said a long illness. So they said he had a stroke in 2007.
Yeah.
But they just said a long illness. Nobody really knows. Or at least nobody's really said they do.
54 years old, bro. That's too early to go.
54. I know. Yeah, right.
That's too early to go.
Yeah.
I was shocked to hear the news, man. I was very sad.
Yeah, I was too, man. He was one of those trainers you always see him in the corners and stuff, kind of like a Freddie Roach or somebody. I mean, you always see him in the corner. He's a big time trainer, and yeah, man, that's sad. Just sad. And at only 54.
My heart goes out to his family, man.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for the loss.
We're not too far out from 54, Beeb.
I'm gonna be 51 in December, man. So
Jeez.
I'm already depressed about being 51. So
I just turned 47, man. I just like
you don't look a day over 43.
Huh?
You don't look a day over 43.
Yeah, right?
There you go.
Yeah. I've been using like the lotions and stuff like that. I've been trying to look, the part.
I gotta get you the foaming cream for the hair. You'll see it works. It hides the grays. See how you can't really see the grays anymore because
I know I got like the wings on the side of my hair. It's hard to see them now with the sun.
You got to put the foaming cream on there. You see when I did that Shayna Fabiano interview, I made sure I put the foaming cream in there.
Tried to look your best for that one, didn't you? How sad is it? How sad is it? I was watching that interview, and how sad is it that we could be her father?
Be her father.
We're like old enough to be that girl's father, man. Because I was looking at her, I was like, oh man, she looks pretty good.
She goes, and then she goes, yeah, you're my mother's age. I said, no, I'm older than your mother, a couple of years.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, right.
Oh God.
Who is Willie Savannah? Outlaw says Willie Savannah passed away. Who's Willie Savannah?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell. I don't know. But Willie Savannah, if you're listening, Willie Savannah passed away this week as well. So heart goes out to him and his family. So yeah, I was watching that interview, man. That girl was beautiful, man. That girl was beautiful, man. I'm like sitting there watching. I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, man, Beeb could be her father. I'm like, that means I could probably be her father too. I was like, man, I could probably be her older brother, silly father, Oh my goodness, what's the matter with you, Beeb?
don't know what to say.
8:05, you're live.
Notch.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me.
What's happening, man?
Notch, you gonna buy that pay-per-view, man?
He's going to buy all of them. He's going to buy the Santa Cruz fight. He's going to buy the Charlos. He's going to buy the Tyson pay-per-view. He's buying all of them, son.
Are there any of these pay-per-views? Are there any of these pay-per-views
No,
that
honestly, Beeb,
zero?
zero. I honestly feel like all of these fights should have been on Fox. Like, I genuinely don't
Robbie's going to
think
buy
that.
these pay-per-views? You think Robbie's going to? What's the over/under in Robbie's buying these pay-per-views?
I think he'll definitely buy the Charlo one. I think he'll definitely buy the Charlo one for sure.
Do you think Robbie will buy the Roy Jones one?
Maybe even the Tank and Santa Cruz one.
You think Robbie will buy the Roy Jones one?
God, I don't know.
Keep in mind, we're getting another stimulus check.
He's that big of a boxing degenerate that he'll watch that.
No, I give it the 3 pay-per-views. I give it the over/under is 1. Because if he's going to buy any one of them, he'll buy the Charlo pay-per-view, or he may buy the Santa Cruz. I think he would buy. You know what? I think if he's going to buy a pay-per-view, he'll buy the Santa Cruz Tank pay-per-view.
Yeah, he'll buy that one.
But the Charlo one, no. The Tyson one, definitely not. No.
He'll buy the Tyson one.
Yeah,
nah, he ain't
exactly.
buying the Tyson one. You buying the Tyson one, though, Nacho?
I don't think
Nacho's
he's buying that one
Tyson
either,
son.
Nacho, you're gonna buy it. You're not gonna buy the Tyson one, Nacho?
Oh man.
No, I'll definitely be listening on the radio for that one.
Listen on the radio. What is this, 1920? What are you listening on the radio with it? Where do you hear this stuff on the radio?
You think Joe Louis is still fighting?
Right.
No, that's Steve.
He's going to listen to the other card smelling. You know?
For streaming.
What is it?
That's Steve Kim's code for streaming. Yeah, he says listen on the radio.
Steve.
So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to call in about the fights this past week, guys. Man, I'm still not all that convinced that Valdez is ready for Burchell after seeing that performance the other night. Yeah, he's just going to get a beat down. That's not a good idea. No. That kid, right now, Reynoso literally has him thinking way too much at this point. He doesn't know whether he wants to be a boxer puncher or whether he wants to be an aggressive counter puncher. He's like stuck in the middle, and that's not a good thing to be against a guy like Burchell, who's just going to come forward and just, come forward, throw punches, and just attack. So if that fight happens, I feel bad for Valdez. He's going to catch a beat down. I give him credit for beating Velez, who I thought beat Arboleda in his last fight, but still, he looked like a guy who needs at least 2 to 3 more fights to smooth out all the rough edges and kind of get his feet under him a little more under Reynoso. Because right now he looks like he still doesn't know what kind of style he wants to implement, and that's going to cost him against Burchell for sure. Edgar Berlanga, I really like the kid, but at some point, can Top Rank find a live body that's actually going to push this kid some rounds? Because, him waxing these dudes in under 3 minutes is not going to help his development.
I'm looking for live bodies to fight on Top Rank. The stuff they've been putting together
they've had a few
over Tuesdays and Thursdays and everything like that has been just nonsense. It's been just garbage times 20. It really has. No other way to put it.
Yeah, it's been tough to watch a lot of these journeyman fighters they put in against their guys.
Yeah.
So, but then again, though, Eric, they don't have the deep roster that PBC has. PBC has like close to 200 guys that they can throw in there and mix and match, whereas these other guys like Top Rank and Golden Boy and Matchroom, they only have like 50 to 60 guys on their roster.
You know what? I don't care. Start using your promotional skills and start crossing over. Start getting some of those guys, start paying them, start doing whatever you got to do to make these fights. That's the bottom line. That's what you get paid to do. You're a promoter. You got promoters and matchmakers and everything like that. That's your business is boxing, putting on good fights. That's your business. And if you're telling me you can't do your business, then I don't know what to tell you,
Yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely time where these guys definitely, put away the petty squabbles and the beefs, and they start trying to make some of these fights, because I mean, we can't watch too many more of these top ranked cards moving forward.
No.
At least I got to give credit to PBC. At least they're trying to put some halfway decent fights together with their rosters.
They're definitely better than what we've been
guys
watching.
in there again. Yeah, exactly. They're definitely putting on better fights on paper right now than Top Rank has put on, and hopefully, make some better matchups. With Golden Boy and Top Rank and Matchroom as well. Hopefully they can get some better quality fights together for sure. I heard you guys talking about the Willie Savannah and Nazim Richardson dying.
Yeah, so apparently Willie Savannah was Juan Diaz's coach or Juan Diaz's manager, and he was a big deal out that way. So yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that was tough to hear that they both passed away, especially Nazim Richardson only being 54 years old. I mean, that's way too young to be gone.
Yeah.
So that was just that's like crazy to hear that he's gone. But I mean, unfortunately, I guess he had a lot of health issues over the years, and
yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
He did his best to fight him off as long as he could, but eventually they got him. So, I have a quick question for you guys, because I kind of got into this argument on the forum. Does Charlo have the actual WBC 160-pound belt, or does Canelo still hold the official belt at 160?
No, Charlo has it now.
Because I could have sworn Charlo has it officially now.
Canelo's the franchise champion.
That's right. That's what it is. He's the franchise.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, yeah. Because I saw for a second that he still had the interim belt, and I was kind of debating with someone over that whole scenario with
so silly.
Him holding that belt.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Exactly. Man. But I will say this: at least they're giving him and his brother some legit matchups coming up against Deverenchenko and Rosario. That's nice to see.
Those are good fights.
They're both in tough. They're both in tough. There's no question about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is good to see, because I mean, I can only see so many Brandon Adams and Dennis Hogan's and Sebastian Highlands in there with Jamal. It's about time that he got a legit test in there. So I'm curious. You guys think if he the winner of that fight takes on Eubank Jr., since he's part of the PBC realm right now?
Maybe
it's possible.
Because they gotta do something with Eubank Jr. But the good thing about Eubank Jr. is he can go up to 168, so he can fight at 160 or 168. So
yeah, Eubank Jr. Like him or not, he's entertaining. He's entertaining. He's a knockout fighter, and if he catches you, I mean, he's got power, man. He can do some damage, man.
Yeah, it's funny. As much as people bash Eubank Jr., I can't recall a legitimately bad fight he's been in other than the Billy Joe Saunders stinker a few years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of that, he's been in pretty entertaining fights for the most part. So, I mean, I think he gets kind of a bad rap, but, he should definitely, get a shot. Oh, and really quick before I forget, guys, watching Joe Joyce steamroll Wallace last night, man, if he's going to fight like that against Daniel Dubois, it's going to be a good night for Joyce.
Dubois
he was getting tagged last night by Wallace. Yeah, and I think Dubois is just going to take out Joyce like within 2-3 rounds.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see that fight.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Me either.
I can't wait to not talk about Joe Joyce again.
I think that's the fight that Joe Joyce just gets taken apart, man. To be honest.
Yeah, I think so too.
I like Dubois too.
Yeah. I think he's the next. I think he's the next guy at heavyweight. Beeb Dubois. I think he's the next guy to really be in the mix.
He's the next big.
I think he definitely picked up Joyce.
Yeah.
What about the real big baby
Yeah,
from Titletown?
for sure.
I think he's the next big heavyweight.
I like the kid. He's got some talent, Eric, but they definitely need to season him a lot more. He's only got
he's got 5
pro
fights. Yeah, he's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
But he's my prospect of the year.
He's still got about another. He's got another 10 to 12 fights, I think, before he gets a legit, step up. I think he's still young too, isn't he? Like 21.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could step up now. I think but I mean, I'm all for taking his time.
Yeah, I mean, there's no rush. So, cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm not sure if anyone else is going to call in, but I just wanted to call in and.
The phones are lighting up. What's the matter with you? Why would you even say that? What's the matter with you? Get out of here. Go. Goodbye.
Not just buying. He's buying every single one of those pay-per-views. I don't believe it for a second. Buying every single one of them. Him and Robbie, they're gonna.
That's right.
They both live in California. They're gonna double up on the pay-per-views.
469. I think this is Dallas. Then again, maybe it's not.
Yo, ¿qué pasó, mi raza?
Hola, raza. ¿Qué pasa?
Órale.
Órale.
That was the Mexican soldier right there.
What do you say?
How y'all doing, guys?
Good, man. We can barely hear you,
That was
though.
my Mexican Georgie.
That was his Mexican Georgie.
I said that was my Mexican Georgie. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all hear me good?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, Okay. First of all, shout out to Virgil Ortiz Jr. I know it wasn't, a 10 plus, pretty much match. How he wanted it to go, but at the end of the day, he got the W. That's all we can ask for. The guy just fights whatever they put in front of him. It's not his fault that Golden Boy doesn't have anybody on their stable that can probably give him a good matchup. I know I saw Jayson complaining on Twitter, which is all good. Shout out to Jayson too. I'm a big fan of you, Jayson. Shout out to where's Robbie? Robbie.
He's gone. Where have you been? Who are we talking to here?
I know I've been out for a while. There has been no boxing, so every now and then I tune in. I do catch the podcast though every Monday.
When did you last listen to us? Like
work.
2 years ago? Robbie's been gone. Robbie's on another show. He's gone. He's not like deceased. I mean, he's just off the show.
Every Monday. Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, but he's not on the show Monday either. He hasn't been on the show Monday either.
No. I said I listen to you guys on Monday on the podcast.
You should listen to us Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all week, baby.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question real quick. Are you really a big fan of Jayson?
I'm a big fan of Jayson. You know why? Because I log into this show to get entertained. And you know what? That guy entertains the heck out of me.
Oh my God! Then you must like watching train wrecks.
Hey. Anyways, shout out to Lewis. How's Lewis doing?
He's doing well. He's doing well. He's doing really good.
Doing well?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Anyways, keep up the good work. Nacho, that was a long call, Nacho. 10 minutes. Dang. Nacho felt like talking today.
Notch got a lot of.
He kept putting quarters on the phone.
Notch he's got a lot of knowledge, man. He's got a lot of knowledge.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'll let y'all go. Again,
Arriba.
Everybody, Nacho, Robbie, Lewis.
Arriba la raza.
Jayson. Viva la raza, Jayson. Adios.
Órale, vato.
Who is Lewis?
I think he's talking about Lois.
Lois. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, how's Louis? He's fine. I don't know. He's doing great.
No, he's talking about Lois.
Lois. Okay. I'm like, ah.
Oh, he's talking about Lois. I put that together.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, guys. Well, listen, man, that'll do it for this edition of Ringside Reporter. As always, you can catch Joe Habib on Twitter at jhabib1 and find our YouTube channel at ringsidereporterlive.com. On Twitter, you can always catch me at ringside73. and we will see you guys next week.